Joining me today is my buddy Adam Swanson, and we're going to be cooking a delicious lasagna. If anyone knows how to make lasagna, it's this man right here.
Oh, you're too nice, Jess. This one is my family favourite. So we're making the lasagna with the San Remo corrugated instant sheets, but with meatballs.
That is so yum. I can just imagine it because I like it to be quite meaty, but you'll get all these little surprises inside.
You're right on it. You knew straight away. So just first we need to get into making our meatballs.
Okay, we've got
pork and veal mince there. Okay, so equal 50-50% there, mince there. You need to get into that 2 eggs, lightly beaten.
Can do.
Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to get our sauce on the go. So we're not frying our meatballs, okay? We're doing traditional Italian style. We're going to cook the meatballs in the sugo, in the sauce. The thing is, you take that little bit of difference with this one by cooking in the sauce. The flavour of that mince with the parmesan, the pecorino, just flows through your sauce.
And you know what? If you don't fry them, they almost resemble little dumplings. So they're actually quite soft, aren't they?
Italian dumplings. I never thought of that.
Italian dumplings. So 2 eggs.
2 eggs.
And I'll give that a whisk.
Definitely. Now, garlic, no need to chop, just the back of your palm. Just give them a squash like so. Okay. Into the pan. And we're just going to allow the flavour to infuse into the oil.
Nice. And then this goes straight into...
Straight into our mince there. Lovely. Breadcrumbs is a must, okay? Some people say, no, you don't add breadcrumbs. That's so not true. You need to add the breadcrumbs because it binds it all together, number 1. 2, keeps them nice and moist when it's cooking in the sauce. And then later on, like you said, you surprise in your lasagna is these succulent little meatballs.
How much breadcrumbs are we using?
Keep going, keep going.
The whole lot?
My handful. No, keep going, keep going, keep going. Perfect. There you're good, there you're good. I'm going to chop this parsley.
Fantastic. And you've got 2 varieties of cheese.
2 varieties, pecorino and parmesan. I'll just butt in sugo into the pan, nice and hot. Now stand back, otherwise you end up on the shirt or your lovely blouse.
Yes.
Which is going to happen anyway, because cooking's about making mess and having fun.
Well, you like to make a lot of mess in my kitchen, always.
Okay, that's on. 2 types of cheese. Number 1, parmesan made from cow's milk. 2, pecorino from sheep's milk.
And about a handful of each?
Yep. Now, not your handful, my handful, okay? So which means double.
I might be here all day grating this.
But you love cheese.
I do love cheese. And then our pecorino. I might just grate this on the board to give myself a bit of leverage.
It's all right, get your muscles working away there, Just. You're doing good.
I love this style of lasagna. You know, it's quite simple, especially when you're working with 2 people. And no bechamel.
No bechamel, and also no need to cook your lasagna sheets, okay? The instant lasagna sheets, which are amazing, no need for another pot of water. We're just going to layer it after, put the sauce in there, and then straight into the oven.
Too easy.
Parsley.
Bit of pepper?
Yes, pepper and salt, a must.
Salt.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, a splash of olive oil also.
Okay.
This helps, obviously, to bind it and bring the flavour into the dish.
Yeah, I think you've reiterated on that quite a lot, and it is important because you don't want your meatballs to break up, particularly if it's for a lasagna. You want it to hold its little shape.
But if it does happen, all right, by chance it does, you know, they start to fall apart, that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Just get in there, squash it, and turn it into a bolognese, right?
Exactly. You know. So I've just taken the liberty of mixing this together.
Thank you. I didn't want to get my fingers dirty, so you're doing a really good job there, Just. Now, we need to roll into about 10-cent piece meatballs.
Okay, so not too big.
Not too big. Well, nice and small for that surprise in our lasagna. I'm going to give you a hand to do this.
Like this?
Perfect, Just. So lovely 10-cent piece there, nice and elegant. So we're going to roll a whole heap of meatballs, drop it into the sauce, cook it for about 25 minutes, and then we put our lasagna together.
Ah, too easy.
Justine, it's time to reveal our meatballs in the sugo.
Look at them.
Turn the heat off.
Oh, yummy.
Now, look, nice and tender. So you should be able, just with your finger, press on it. Oh, look at that.
So tender.
Okay, so now we need to grab our pasta.
Yep.
So we're using the lasagna sheets, the corrugated instant sheets.
How fun is this? Look at that. That is going to take on a lot of flavour.
It is, and it gives you a little bit of different texture in your lasagna also. Now, big point, key tip here is to make sure that you put some sauce on the base of your baking dish. Otherwise, your pasta will stick.
You need enough sauce. Nothing worse than a dry lasagna.
There's nothing worse, nothing worse. So just give that a little shake, make sure the base is all nice and covered evenly. Now, layer upon layer.
All right.
Okay, so I think 3 sheets will be perfect for each layer.
2. And more sauce?
Yeah, lovely.
Okay.
So just make sure you cover the pasta.
Yeah,
more meatballs. We've got a lot of meatballs in the pan.
And cheeses. There's so many cheeses here. We've got some pecorino that we've finally grated. Ricotta.
And bocconcini mozzarella. So you need that. So that's how you get that nice oozy centre with your lasagna.
And little dollops of this gorgeous ricotta.
Perfect, Justine. Lovely.
I guess we just continue the layering process until we've run out of sheets and sauce, and then into the oven.
Into the oven for about 35 minutes.
Nice, too easy. Swanee, this is so delicious. You know it's one of my favourite things in the whole entire world, any type of lasagna, but meatball lasagna. So excited.
I'm glad you're that excited about this, Just. Now, another little tip to make sure that your lasagna is cooked. Grab your knife and just look at that. It's like butter.
Yeah.
The sheets have taken on all the flavour of our suga, our meatballs.
Yeah. And depending how much sauce you have in there, how much cheese, it may take 5 minutes less, 30 minutes, or a little bit more. But just test it with the knife and you'll get it perfect every time.
Correct. And another tip is just to allow the lasagna, once it's come out of the oven, just leave it for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay? 10 minutes. Just allow it to settle
just
and relax. And then you get in there and get yourself a nice slice like so for you, Just.
Yes. It looks so moist. It doesn't look dry.
There's
Oh!
the little fancy bits.
And the little fancy
Hey?
basil. It looks stunning. You know I'm excited when I have my knife and fork ready to go.
Oh, definitely.
Let's dig in. There's the meatballs. And the corrugated lasagna, just cooked to perfection.
Nice.
Buon appetito. I'm a happy lady.
You are?
See you later.